dear students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine. Hope you all are fit and healthy at your home. I am Sandhya Patel, your class 6 mathematics teacher from Sandhya High School. So today we are going to start the new chapter, that is chapter number 5, Understanding Elementary Shapes. So before starting the chapter, in our previous class, we have seen various things about basic geometrical shapes, right? In that we have seen various geometry, various shapes, what is vertices, what is shape, what is sides, etc. We have learned in that chapter. And in this chapter, we are going to see further and understanding the elementary shapes that we are seeing in our day-to-day life. So, in last chapter, we have seen the sides, and then we have seen that a triangle is made up of three line segments, a polygon is made up of line segment. So we have seen that thing, and in this we are going to see that how we are going to measure that side, that length of the side of the triangle of any polygon. So let's see how we are measuring the line segment. Measuring line segment. A line segment is a fixed part of the line, so it must have some length. Now we know that a line segment is a fixed part of a line, right? It has a two endpoint. We have seen the definition of line segment in our previous class, that a line segment, a line having two endpoints, is known as line segment. So it is a fixed part. So it have some length. So how we are going to see the length, how we are going to measure the length, and how we are going to compare any line segment that is given on the basis of their length. So basically three methods of comparing this line segment. First is comparison by observation, second is comparison by tracing, and third is comparison using ruler and a divider. So these are the three methods which we are going to see today. So very first method is comparison by observation. In this, what we do, let's see. We can tell which line segment is greater than other just by observing the two line segments, but it is not sure. So in this method, in comparison by observation, what we do is we observe the given line segment. Suppose two line segments is been given, then what you do, you carefully observe both of the line segments. Then you try to find out that which line segment is greater and which is the smaller. But the thing is, this is not sure. You cannot be sure by just observing or by just seeing that line segment. Suppose this is a figure being given. This is line segment AB and this is line segment CD. Now while looking the line segment, we can easily say that line segment AB and line segment CD is greater and line segment CD is smaller. So, but sometimes what happens? Sometimes it is very difficult. Suppose there is only very minute difference between the two line segments, then by just mere observing, we cannot find that which is the bigger line segment. So this method cannot be applied in each and every line segment. So let's see the second method, that is comparison by tracing. Now let's see what we do in this method. In this method, we have to trace one line on the paper, then put the traced line segment on the other line to check which one is greater. But this is a difficult method because every time to measure the different size of line segment, we have to make a separate line segment. Now in this method, what we do is, suppose your two line segment is been drawn on a single page. Now you want to compare that which one is the greater and which one is the smaller. Now in this method, what you do, you have to take another paper. You can take a tracing paper and then you have to trace one line segment on that, and then you have to keep that paper on the first line segment that you want to measure, and then you have to compare that which one is the greater. But every time, whenever you want to use this method, every time you have to draw a line segment again and again. But this becomes very difficult because if there are large number of line segments is being given, then you have to draw that many times and then you have to compare. So this is not a convenient method to use. So there is another method. Let's see, which is that comparison using ruler and a divider. Now in this method, we are going to use Ruler, that is your scale, and divider to measure the line segment of the measure, measure the length of the line segment. So let's see. We can use a ruler to measure the length of a line segment. Now let's see. So here it is written that we can use ruler or we can say scale to measure the length of a line segment. So how are you going to measure with the help of line segment? With the help of scale or ruler, it is given here. So let's read. Put the zero mark at point A and then move toward 1 to measure the length of the line segment. But it may have some error on the basis of the thickness of the ruler. This could be made accurate by using a divider. Now see, by using ruler, how you can measure is you have to keep the 0 point on the one end and you have to move towards the second end, right? Then it will tell you the length of the line segment. But sometimes what happens, there may be some error due to the thickness of the ruler. Some ruler are thin, some are thick. So due to this thickness variation, there can be some errors while measuring using ruler. So instead of just by using ruler, you can use divider to use a measure a line segment. But for that, let's see this one, positioning error. To get correct measure, the eye should be correctly positioned just vertically above the mark. Otherwise, errors can happen due to angular bearing. Now see, when you are using ruler to measure the line segment, you have to keep your eye position at correct position. You have to see vertical as shown in this picture. You do not have to see from any side. You have to just see from the center and from vertical only. So this way there will be no positioning error while measuring the line segment with the ruler. Now let's see how we can use divider to measure the line segment. Put the one end of the divider on point A and open it to put another end on point B. Now as shown in the picture, what you have to do is you have to open the divider and keep the one end of the divider on point A and then slightly open the divider and keep the another end on the point B. Now pick up the divider without disturbing the opening and place it on the ruler so that one end lies on 0. Read the marking on the other end and we can compare the two lines. Now what you will do? Then you have to carefully pick this divider and you have to keep it on the 0 marking on this ruler and other end will show the length of the line segment. So this way you can compare both the line segments. So these are the few methods by which you can compare the different line segments and you can measure the length of the given line segment. So I hope this thing is clear. Now let's see some angles, that is right angle and straight angle. Now see, you must be wondering that what is right angle, what is straight angle, what is angle. So in our previous class, in the previous chapter, we have studied that what is angle, right? When a two rays emerging from one common point, that it forms an angle. Now we will understand right angle and straight angle with the help of directions. You all are knowing that there are four directions, that is north, south, east and west. So with the help of this direction, we are going to understand the concept of right and straight angles. So let's see. Now see, these are the four directions. This is north, this is south, this is east and this is west. So if you see our map of India, we know on the top that is north side, at the bottom that is south, and the left side that is west, and on the right hand side that is east. So these are the four directions, right? Now let's see what is right angle and straight angle. When we move from north to east, then it forms an angle of 90 degrees, which is called right angle. Now, if you start moving from north and you go towards east, it will form an angle that will be of 90 degrees. So this is known as right angle. When we move from north to south, when it forms an angle of 180 degrees, which is called straight angle. Now, if we start moving from north to south, it will form an angle here. It will form an angle of 180 degrees, and it is known as straight angle. When we move four right angles in the same direction, then we reach to the same position again. That is, if we make a clockwise turn from north to reach to north again, then it forms an angle of 360 degree, which is called a complete angle. This is called one revolution. So if we move four directional angles in the same direction and we reach in the on the same position again, it will make a complete angle and it is known as one revolution. How it is happen? Let's see. If we start moving from north and we go east, then we go south and we go west and again we reach same at north direction, then we have complete one whole revolution and it makes an angle of 360 degree and it is known as complete angle. So I hope this much is clear. In a clock, there are two hands, that is minute hand and hour hand, which moves clockwise in every minute. When the clock hand moves from one position to another, then it turns through an angle. Now we know that in a clock there are two hands, that is minute hand and hour hand, which move in clockwise in every minute. Now when this hand is moving from one position to another position, it is making an angle and it is moving turns through an angle. So in the clock also the angle is being made. When a hand starts from 12 and reaches to 12 again, then it is said to be a completed a revolution. Now in the clock, when the one hand is starting from 12 and again reaches the 12 again, then we can say that it has completed a revolution. So revolution, straight angle, complete angle and right angle is clear. Now let's see some of the example how this revolution is taking place in a clock. Suppose let's see the first one from 12 to 6. Now suppose the minute hand is moving from 12 to 6. Now what we can say, how many revolutions it has completed and how many rectangles it has formed. So see, if we move from 12 to and reach again at 12, it completes one whole revolution. But here it is going from 12 to 6 only, and therefore it is completing only half revolution. You can see here it is a half revolution. Now how many right angles is been formed? Two right angles is been formed. How it is formed? See that one hand if moved from 12 to 3, it will make a one right angle, and again when it one hand comes over 3 and the another at 6, it will again form a right angle. So total two right angles will form. Let's see for this clock from 6 to 9. Now the our end is been moving from 6 to 9. So how many revolution it has completed? How many revolution it will complete? 6. If 6, if the hand is starting from 6 and again end at 6, it will have completed one revolution, but it is completing only 1/4 part of the revolution. That is why it is completing 1/4 revolution. And how many rectangles? Only one rectangle. And let's see from for this figure from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10. So how many revolution it has completed? It has completed 3/4 revolution and it has formed 3 right angles. So I hope this thing is clear. Now for today, this much only, and in the next class we are going to see further another type of angle that is being found in our day-to-day life. So thank you so much.